At the top of the world lies the Arctic, an ocean ringed by continents, where winter night stretches for months and life is tuned to cold and light. Survival here begins with design: hollow hairs, dense underfur, and air-trapping feathers that turn bodies into living insulation. Polar bears roam sea ice hunting seals at breathing holes, their paws broad and furred for quiet traction over fragile surfaces. Seals time their breaths to cracks and leads in the ice, storing oxygen in blood and muscle for long, cold dives. Beneath the ice, a hidden garden of algae feeds zooplankton, tiny crustaceans that fuel the entire Arctic food web. In late spring, melt ponds bloom with life, jump-starting a brief but explosive season of feeding and growth. Giants like bowhead whales thrive here, living centuries, filtering clouds of plankton under drifting ice. Walruses use sensitive whiskers to feel clams in the seafloor, gathering in herds to rest and warm their young. The Arctic fox swaps a brown summer coat for winter white, saving heat with short ears and a tail that works like a scarf. Musk oxen face blizzards by circling calves inside a wall of woolly adults, their kiviot finer than cashmere yet warmer. Caribou migrate hundreds of miles to find newborn-safe calving grounds, their hooves broadening in summer and hardening for winter ice. Under the snow, a hidden subnivean world stays near freezing. Lemmings graze safely until a fox hears the faintest rustle. Snowy owls follow lemming booms, nesting on open tundra and hunting with laser-precise hearing and keen eyes. Along sea cliffs, millions of seabirds crowd narrow ledges, commuting to seas rich with fish and plankton. Short summers bring surges of fish like capelin, drawing whales, birds, and seals to feast before winter's return. Plants grow low and fast, cushion shapes trap warmth, hairs cut the wind, and pigments act like sunscreen against intense light. In a few frantic weeks, buds burst, insects hatch, and life sprints from spring to seed before the cold closes in. Beneath lies permafrost, ground that stays frozen for years. Only a thin, active layer thaws each summer for roots and burrows. Arctic hares huddle tight to share heat, sprinting in bursts over crusted snow to outpace foxes and wolves. Narwhals carry a spiraled tooth like a sensor-studded lance, feeling changes in water as they navigate icy channels. On clear winter nights, the sky itself dances, the aurora painting green and violet ribbons across polar dark. For indigenous peoples, deep knowledge of ice, weather, and animal movements guides safe travel and sustains communities. The ice is alive. Ridges buckle, leads open, and currents carry flows like drifting continents. Bears swim long distances between flows, their bodies buoyant with fat reserves built in a short hunting season. Ptarmigan change clothes with the season, whitening to vanish on snow, molting brown as rocks reappear. Some reindeer nibble seaweed when ice crusts lock plants away, a salty detour that gets them through lean days. Arctic terns chase endless daylight, migrating from Arctic summer to Antarctic summer, the longest commute on Earth. Insect swarms explode with the thaw, feeding birds and fish. Dragonflies patrol like tiny fighter jets. Belugas calve in warm, shallow estuaries, chatting in squeaks and whistles that earned them the nickname sea canaries. Spring breakup roars like thunder, ice dams burst, rivers run free, and the Arctic breathes again. Shorebirds hatch ready to sprint, snatching insects on long legs before launching on migrations that circle the globe. Lichens, part fungus, part algae, clothe rock where roots can't, turning sunlight and air into slow, steady life. Ships and hunters read ice by sound and color, gray young ice, blue old ice, and black water that means stop. Glaciers feed nutrient-rich fjords, stirring food webs that lift fish, whales, and flocks of hungry seabirds. Heat is precious. Blubber, fur, and behavior conserve it. Water steals warmth 30 times faster than air. Scientists track snow, ice, and wildlife to understand how a warming world is reshaping this cold-adapted realm. When permafrost thaws, ground can sink and release ancient carbon, changing the land and the air above it. Northern communities lead adaptation, elevating buildings, protecting shorelines, and blending tradition with science. For every creature here, timing is everything. Hunt, feed, raise young, and rest before darkness returns. And for a moment each year, the Arctic turns green and alive, proving that even the coldest places can bloom. This is a hard home, but a beautiful one, tuned to light, ice, and the stubborn will to live. Guard it well, and the Arctic's heartbeat, ice, light, and life, can keep time for generations. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this.